Okay, so I actually transferred into Thomas Jefferson University. And before I came, I took 2 years of fashion design at a community college, and I was taught how to research for a concept there. So my method relies on finding trends to piece together a visual concept. Typically, when I'm starting a project or a collection, even if it isn't fashion related, I draw a lot of my inspiration from fashion sources. Sometimes it will be like from runway shows or through Pinterest, and then like other times I will be researching future trends using resources like such as WGSN. This means that a lot of my initial research consists of imagery. Like if I already know that a collection isn't going to be geared towards fashion, then I will also like look at interiors or architecture or art. Uh, Then sometimes I'll print these images out from my sketchbook, or I will place them like in a Photoshop file and I'll just start piecing together a trend board. I use these trend images to determine like a style and aesthetic for my projects, as well as coming up with a color story. From my trend board, I'm able to pull elements that I particularly like and find imagery that isn't textile or fashion related. So I can create like a concept board or a mood board, call it that. For this particular trend board, I was like assigned a very specific muse, but like if in a project I wasn't assigned a muse, then I would start to define a muse throughout the process of trend researching and creating this board. Throughout the rest of the process, there was no particular order I do things, but I typically keep finding more inspiration imagery and putting it inside of my sketchbook. Sometimes I'll sketch out my ideas before I try them, or I'll make technical drawings or use graph paper. Um, and then sometimes I make like small fashion croquis in my sketchbook um, in order to like illustrate an end use. Because of my background in fashion design, I'll sometimes incorporate like fashion illustrations as well into my sketchbook work to also demonstrate an end use. And then this is a collection of a bunch of illustrations that I did last semester for a specific project. Um, and yeah, that's my process.